Dogs and shied clear of dope. My smile is brilliant.
So I'm here to talk to you tonight about a little bit about some of the hackers we've heard in the news as of late. We've got lulsec there on the right, and then Anonymous. That's with the capital A, not a lowercase a. Something I'd like to explain is that hacking is actually for fun. It's what I do for a living, and it's what I do for fun. It's not malicious, but often in the news, everything's called hacking. There is a difference. Technically, the term is cracker, and that's something completely different than a phreaker. We won't even go into that. But here's Anonymous. This is something that is really more of a movement. It's not just we're here to hack you. This is something that they did to, actually, lulsec did to the times.com.uk. They replaced their front page with this comic that they made. They've done a lot of things that have made the news. For example, they've hacked Sony. This was the message that they sent out to them. A lot of you probably, if you've got any of their machines, you probably have seen and heard about this. You were offline for a while. They've done some good things, they've done some bad things, and it's kind of up to you to decide whether you think that they were good or bad. The one thing that you want to take out of this, regardless, is change your password. If you don't, no matter who's hacking what, if there's a slight chance you're involved, not changing your password is going to mean bad news for you. The thing is that some of the things that lulsec and Anonymous have done have been really, really evil sounding, and some of them have been, I don't know, kind of good. When you want to talk about what they did to try to expose some of the corruption in Australia, to free Assange, my favorite, this is my favorite, this "You're going to hell, thank God for dead soldiers." They took those guys down. Now, was not official. This was not something they officially did, but those are some of the things that I might be able to agree with. However, when they start going after people like eBay and PayPal and Sony and Facebook, they took down the BART security systems, and then they published some of the names of the officers. So those are the things that you might not agree with. You might think that those are some of the evil things. And really, there's good and evil to everything, right? You've kind of got to have a balance. The deal with Assange, where they were defending him, was because he, of course, released some of the secret embassy cables. Nothing too top secret that was going to kill us, but maybe embarrass us. But they hacked into our government, and that's obviously wrong and illegal, right? There's no black, white, gray. It's just wrong, according to most people anyway. The thing that I really want to focus on tonight is actually over here. You've got getting the best out of cyberspace, talking about good hygiene and appropriate use. So we're talking about the things that you should be doing online, the things to protect yourself. You might remember that Citibank was also hacked because they weren't accepting the payments. And that could have affected every one of you. It probably didn't, but it could have. Facebook was probably a lot more likely to have affected you. PlayStation, a little bit less likely to. But in some way or shape or form, this was something that touched your lives. What you need to understand is that it's your behavior that protects you or exposes you. Your greatest threat on the internet is not Anonymous. It is not lulsec. It's clicking on that game on Facebook, or accepting or clicking on a link on an email, accepting friend requests from people that you don't know. Control, self, delete. Totally agree with Colbert there. One of the most important things you can do is have a really good password. There's a lot of different theories on what makes good passwords, what makes bad passwords, but basically when it comes down to it, if you make a complicated enough password that you can remember, find a way to remember it. There's sites out there to help you do that. jumping ahead of myself. What I wanted to show here was that if you use Gmail, you've got csaintlesspluskaiser@gmail.com. I use that all the time to tell where I've given my email address to. That's the same thing as saintless@gmail.com. That plus and everything after that, you can filter it, you can pay attention to it, you can find out who's spamming you. The most important thing here is that privacy and the internet, mutually exclusive. When you put something out on the internet, I don't care how secure you think it is, it's not. And there are a lot of tools that you can use to try to help you to stay secure. Ultimately, you need to realize that it's not going to happen. This is one of my favorite tools. It's called Spybot Search and Destroy. I run this all the time, and every time my kids touch my computer, you've got to have an antivirus. Adware is similar to Spybot, maybe a compatible tool. There are sites for your kids like katiesplace.org and Teen Angels. That keeps your kids safe. That keeps them from doing stupid things on your computer. Find out about these tools and use them in your everyday life, because if you're here, you're probably online a lot. The other thing that you need to understand is when you're looking at a website, do you see the difference between those two? You've got www.google.com and HTTPS with an icon with a lock. If you right-click on that icon, you will see this information, which is the security information. You can find out whether it should be a trusted source. The other thing is that this is not eBay. This is somebody else's site. And those are things that you can pay attention to, and you can find out if somebody's trying to fool you. Next time you connect to your neighborhood open wireless internet, you will be owned. Thank you.